By now, we take it for granted. Trending news is just something journalists do, covering the viral stories everyone's talking about, and in the process, making them even more viral. But at least one reporter says it's time to reconsider. Adam has more.
Remember Carson King, who asked for beer money on national TV and then gave it all to a children's hospital?
Anything you can do to help the kids, you have to do.
The story took a turn when Des Moines Register reporter Aaron Kelvin dug up some ugly old tweets King sent. Kelvin was then fired for some bad tweets of his own, but now he's back, warning in Columbia Journalism Review that there's an inherent risk to trending news. It was my job to frame my stories in ways that would increase their viral potential, Kelvin says. Neither the Register nor Gannett was prepared for what virality truly meant. If so, they're not alone.
You're listening to Magic 98.9.
That Columbus Dispatch video was viewed more than 400,000 times, turning a homeless man into a celebrity, but also ending his sobriety.
It was really too much too fast.
Lately, it's social media that drives viral coverage, like the hashtag PlaneBay story, in which a Texas couple gave real-time commentary as two strangers clicked in the next aisle.
28.5 million.
No big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
The world was watching with them.
Which was cute until it wasn't.
The woman he was flirting with is furious, saying in a statement to Business Insider that she does not want to be named.
The viral push also makes us report prematurely. Think of presidential debate mensch Ken Bone, who turned out to be kind of gross, or the showdown at the Lincoln Memorial, which was more complicated than it seemed, or that GoFundMe campaign to help a homeless vet, which turned out to be a massive scam.
It's like winning the lottery.
Just not the way we thought.
Yeah, one of the most dangerous things to me about this, Adam, seems to be the instant rush to judgment.
Yeah.
Just done over, and by journalists, too. It's not just, people sending that stuff around.
We accept the premise, right?
Yeah,
and it's done both ways. It's done to shame people. I'm thinking of that Harvard employee who had the confrontation with a mother outside their apartment. And, it's done to say that people are bad humans. And it's done to say, oh, my gosh, look at this wonderful, heartwarming tale that we can all be inspired by. It's easy, right? Because if you're going to write one of these pieces, or you're going to broadcast it, you've already got half your fodder. You've got the tweets and you've got the video. You just need to sort of describe what other people are saying, and you're as good as done. But it's risky because we jump on it before we've had a chance to report it out, and it also skews coverage priorities. You can tell when you're watching a newscast or you pick up a paper, you can tell the stories that are designed to make people click fast and share with their friends. And they're usually stories that, it'd be good to run something a little more legitimate and high-minded in place of.
Well, look, it's a privilege to be an editor, a producer, a broadcaster, a journalist, and to have the responsibility of looking through the day's news and deciding what is newsworthy, and having an audience, hopefully developing an audience that comes to trust that judgment and think they're getting something of value from you. And what baffles me is the way we, generally, broadcast, print, are so quick to forfeit that privilege and that responsibility and turn it over to usually anonymous people on the internet. Oh, look at this video that somebody posted about something that looks kind of fun and it's going viral, and so let's jam it into our newscast. Well, wait a minute. Since when do we turn over that precious time or
ABC does
space
that every night.
to others? Yeah, I know they do, and they're not the only ones.
The former Des Moines Register reporter is trying to cast himself as being part of this. I don't think he is at all. This was a rather traditional feature story. He wasn't sitting in the newsroom trying to crank out viral content. He went to this guy's house and interviewed him. And then there were some very bad judgments made, and as a result of that, he's now without a job. It's all been overblown because of the Internet.
No, but the assignment itself, Dan, was to follow up on a guy who
was an internet sensation.
But it was a fairly traditional assignment to go interview the guy, and I don't see that he fits into this in any way.
Oh, I do.
Well, I would say that, let me just back up to what you all were saying. Every place you go, there's a whole video segment now. There's a culling of it. There's a curating of it. I mean, I can almost call it out now because I see them about 5 times over, the ones that everybody goes to. I don't know. What's the saying about the horses have left the barn? They can't even see the barn. I don't know how you come back from this, because this is embedded not in just your newscast, but in every single newscast, every single program. It's a feature. Now let's turn to listen, Carson Daly, before he was, folded into the Today Show, that was his whole job. Remember, they'd go over to him on the Today Show and he would just pull up all of the videos? Yeah. I don't know how that stops. And there's certainly nobody in there checking out all the stuff that they put up. So here we are. It's going to happen again.